I'm dealing with more power of sales and people losing their houses now than I ever have.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and some of them are very upfront because they've already got like rid of possessions and notice of sales and things like that.
Canadian home sales dip in December, expected to surge in the spring.
Is that from Royal LePage or Korea? Which one?
Right? It's
Treb.
like, yeah, like what? So it's Korea, of course, and probably
Mhm.
Treb too. But like, what is that even possible? Do we think that this December, this horrific December month of statistics, is actually going to be the catalyst for a resurgence?
No, it's seasonal, right? So, and of course they're going to surge in the spring. Like when hasn't it surged in the spring? Like, so that's, and you got to remember Korea, right? I gotta be careful, but yeah, I really don't have anything bad to say about Korea. But their purpose. You go to their main site. Forget about the stats. You go to the thing. It says enabling real or empowering. It used to say, I think, empowering realtors and their business or something, right? They're not a consumer protection agency. They're there to promote realtors and realtor.ca and stuff. So yeah, like what else are they going to say, right? Not going to hire me, right? So,
Yeah.
but they're not going to hire me, right? And, hey, real sales is expected to drop and prices are going to go down, right? So,
What are the conversations like with your buyers? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, let's go back
Because
to
they're
us
watching
busting your
your
balls. Because
they're
that's
watching your
really,
channel, and
yeah.
then you're like, they need to buy. So
Yeah.
just talk me through it. You must have a way of being able to talk to your buyers in order
Yeah.
so that they can understand your content and what's actually going on in their specific situation.
So I've asked, I'll start with just saying, have I recommended to other realtors like that I know, like friends that I can bear? Actually, the realtors are like the greatest people or the worst people. Like it's just like anybody. But I've recommended you should go to, because they'll be like, I agree with you, John. And it is like these homes are overpriced and it's ridiculous. Who can afford them? These young people. I'm like, you should like, make some videos or do something. They're like, no, I would never. My clients would. It's always about the clients. But so when I meet with buyers, first of all, I'm like, well, how'd you find me if I don't know you through like a referral or something? And they ask me, there's like, is it a good time to buy? And I say, well, like it all depends on your situation, but generally speaking, I see prices trending down, and they have been trending down, marginally. Now there hasn't been a
Which is
big
true, yeah.
crash yet. So, and they're respective of it. They're said like, I'm glad you're honest with me, and the people that do source me from my videos, they're like, I want to buy from you because you're honest. They don't care necessarily if prices are going up or down because they want a home for their family, and they can afford it, they can't afford it. So the reason it's like the opposite of what people think. Like, how do you explain this to your buyers? How like no, it's they're coming to me because they know I'm telling what I believe to be the truth and based on the trends, on the market trends, right? So it's kind of like a win-win. So they want honesty. That's what people want, is like honesty from the realtor. And that's the number one complaint, or the number one conversation people have about a realtor, is they're just salespeople and they're snakes and you can't trust them. Just like they say that about many industries, right? And it's because they're pumping the market. And it's funny because so it's almost like anti-selling, but that's not my strategy to anti-sell, right? So there is that strategy in sales sometimes. And I didn't even know about this. I was reading something on the news about Niagara Falls. And Niagara Falls, and you can look it up, they are looking into doing an anti-tourism campaign. And I don't know what it involved. Yeah, anti-tourism. Like, don't come to
This
Niagara
place
Falls.
sucks.
Yeah,
Don't
like
come.
you don't want to come here because, but it's probably going to be goofy, like because you're going to have so much fun down here, like or something, right? But they're like looking into this because it's always the same message, right? With
Doing a
realtors,
study.
like TK, like, and the number one question I get as a realtor, nothing to do with what I do on YouTube, and I'm guessing you too, from when you're not in front of a client, like when you're not there for a specific reason, like listing or buyers, when you're just like out at the bar, or out at some social event, people come to you and they know you're a realtor. What do they say? They say, hey, how's the market, John? Or how's the market, TK? And every realtor has the same response. Yeah, it's good. It's been busy. It's like you got nothing. You're just like, it's been busy. I've been busy. I don't know the market. Like it's always the same response where it's like, no. So, and that's what I recommend to realtors.
Oh
Like,
my
come up
God.
with a
Imagine.
response.
So our
Imagine running
response to
into
that.
John at a restaurant and asking him, "Hey, how's the market?" And he
So
starts just spinning off all these shitty stats at you.
the right
freaking out.
response is this. The right
Yeah.
response is this. What are you thinking about doing?
Hmm.
Because you need to know what people are doing. Like you can't like what the market. nobody knows what the market's going to do tomorrow. So it's like that person
Tomorrow?
could say, I just got a job in Calgary. They're going to pay me 3 times what I'm paying right now, but I got to move there next month and I got to sell my house like right away ASAP. And you're like, the
But I can't
market's
carry
lousy,
both
horrible,
houses.
horrible time to sell. And they miss out on an opportunity to move to like this great life in Calgary, right? So it's like you got to understand the context of like
Yeah.
what their situation is before you even give them that advice because they trust you. I mean, the reason they're saying how's the market is because they believe you're a professional. They believe
Yeah.
you know what you're talking about.
Yep. And
If
it's
you're not,
and most people though can't really quantify it or like but it is the same response that they give. They'll, well, it's good, or like it's just like this generalized thing.
yeah.
And it's funny you talk about, if they might miss out on something. So people say like, oh, like the trolls will say, well, John, you say this, and how do you like all those people that missed out on buying or whatever, and they would have lost. I'm like, so it only works for me, right? So if prices go up, then I get the repercussions of that. What about if all the realtors that tell everyone buy because prices are going to go up, they're going to double in 5 years and they haven't doubled.
Yeah.
So like I think there's going to be a lot more of those realtors than people like me.
What about the sellers who sold because of your advice and now have more money in their pocket?
Yeah, and that's
Right?
the thing. Like, so, and it's like it's not just my opinion. Like, this is my opinion, right? This is like it's an opinion based on facts, on data, on trends that I can quantify and I can justify in my head. And I'm pretty confident justifying it. You can't control the government and $1.5 million insured mortgages and 30-year amortizations and bail-ins and bailouts and all the rest of the stuff. But they're doing this for a reason, and the interest rates are dropping. And that was the big thing with the interest rates. Well, like when the interest rates go down and the prices are they're going to go to the moon. Well, the interest rates went down. They've been going down since October 2023, the fixed rates.
Yeah.
And where's the prices that we had the lowest average monthly price last year in the last 3 years. So it's obviously that narrative's failed, right? So
If you don't have a job, you're not really worried about what the bank's going to lend you money at.
Exactly.
You don't qualify for a mortgage.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm
So-
dealing with more power of sales and people losing their houses now than I ever have.
Mhm.
And it's like, and some of them are very upfront because they've already got like writ of possessions and notice of sales and things like that. So like they're really far along the process. Other people maybe aren't being as honest with me, but they're coming to me and they're talking. I hear the word line of credit. I hear the word credit card. I hear the word second mortgage. I hear all these different terms when they're talking to me. And I'm just like, yeah, like you're under pressure, like you got a lot of debt.
Are you looking for the best merch store on the planet? Well, we got the shit for you. Coming in at low prices where we barely make any money off of whatsoever, you can get the greatest real estate merchandise on this platform. Just look at this very flamboyant man putting on this great stuff. He looks great, he's dancing great, and boy does he look sexy in that merchandise. I tell you, buy this for anybody, you buy this for yourself. You will be not only repping the greatest Canadian real estate podcast in this world, but you will also be looking hella good doing it.